Hello, hello, and welcome back to Project Highrise on Last Pixel Standing. Last time we started building the medium restaurants here. We are going to work on large restaurants and medium stores in order to unlock our large offices. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of medium offices here. We have a nearly 4,000 a day income, so it's working out pretty well for our little tower here. We have a good amount of phone need left. We have a good amount of water utility left, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. These guys are finishing off the levels in which we are going to build our restaurants and shops. But what we do need, definitely, is some new storerooms for those shops, which can be found right down here. Now I'm gonna leave room for, let's see, electrical and water. We don't need the electrical anytime soon, so it should be fine. I'll put that right there. And I will throw in... We don't actually need more. Since I made the couriers and everything more efficient, it seems that they're servicing them perfectly well. And as I am on automatic renovation, it seems that we really aren't having to worry about that either. Nothing's really breaking down without getting fixed pretty readily. So let's look. Now, honestly, I kind of want to do the offices on the floors that are already hooked up a little more now, since we are getting higher and higher. And what I want to do is try to unlock the large, which require a lot more stores, a lot more services, but I don't want to make it so that the entirety of the upper floors is just a mismatch, and it gets more expensive as we go up. So if I can shove in a couple more of just our simple things on the lower levels. Simple small offices. Medium office. One more can fit right here. In fact, they're now on an even level. So as they're building that, let's hook up what we can. This guy is sad. Why? They seem unhappy. They like high traffic areas, and they're making a profit. So why are their employees unhappy? I'll have to figure that out over time. Maybe they'll give me an actual reasoning. Are they brave? They're a little dumpy right now. And the auto renovations hadn't kicked in. I really want to know what the algorithm for the automatic renovations are. Does it only do it like once a day, so you have an entire day of people being sad that their place is a little run down, or what is it? Either way, that's fixed for now. We got some more income there, and we got all those built up. Let's get some more of the high-paying creatives, probably. Actually, this legal office is better off here. The accounting and insurance are way too low pay, so we're going to focus on this. These both require phone. How's the hookups there? Only on those two levels. To be honest, instead of plucking that whole wire alongside. Why not just get the counting off? Oop, no, because that requires phone too. So let's just plug these two low maintenance guys right on the first floor. And then we can shove the high payers up here. These guys, these guys. And these guys. So they're all set. We will connect everybody up to electricity on the floors above. And all the medium offices require a good connection to electricity and phone, and then water for the two levels that I kind of want to keep medical. So let's put an ad out for medical right now. Finish up connecting those phone lines. I love that little dial tone here. I grew up, my grandparents actually had one of the rotary phones, and then you went to the digital tone, the touch tone phones. And I mean, in the 80s, you still had a lot of rotaries. So that would have been interesting if they went with the rotary sounding, click, click, click. But they went with the digital, the touch tones, which is fine. So we got two specifically medical, which works out great because we got two medical levels. Just make sure that they get the water for those two levels. Creatives, law offices, and these guys. So let's do that because they're over 400. 380 right here. And honestly, this legal office pays far too little. I'm gonna decline and see if there's anybody more. Because the under 300 for a medium office, I mean, I have all the things that are needed for it anyways. I don't really want to. The creative office, it's okay, I suppose, right here. But let's see what the ad gives us for options. Aha, another 380. So we're going that. That's too low again. I'll just shove in this guy. We're all set. We're over 5,000 per day in income, which works out great. And all our people here say they're making a profit. Oh, except for these guys. Apparently, the diner is not doing too well when it comes to equaling their rivals in food. Which actually gives me another idea, because public transit increases the visitors, makes the businesses a lot happier, because they have all the people coming to and fro. But for that, we need the politics office. And since I want to make these two levels have some large restaurants, wow, okay, they take up a lot of room. So it'll be one each. And the contract for large restaurants, you can only be very grateful for private space for large restaurants. I'm not sure, but every single one seems to like 4. Which is kind of unfortunate because the large restaurants take up an entire floor to themselves. But I think we can still do this easily enough. So to avoid the smelly and having 2 empty floors, I'll put the restaurants here, So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then have this be the empty level, but I can still put in this office right here. And that allows me to get public transit. So now I can have a subway, which costs a sizable amount. Which is okay with me. And make way here for... It should be right near the lift, I think. Yeah, let's go with it. It's not like I can't manipulate the supply lines here anyways. So now we are going to have subway visitors when work starts tomorrow. Which will be interesting. Or the late night people. Oh, wait, yeah. This morning, we're having a lot of people, but nobody's coming in on this yet. Oh, here they come. So we got a stream there. We're not the biggest tower yet, so it hasn't gotten to a ridiculous amount of traffic through the subway. But it'll get there. And then the medium shops here, since the restaurants are already vying pretty heavily for people. Let's see. What can I do here? Ooh, they might not like how noisy it is. I'm not sure how much the noise level is going to expand. Yeah, because you can see the shops right here and everything, and like from the restaurants, the noise reaches all the way to the elevator, and then it reaches past the elevator on the floors that that they're right next to the elevators on. So I might not want them that close together. I might not want to cramp it that much. I may have one store per level, as well as one restaurant, large restaurant per level. So that might work out. It'll be strange, but it'll work out. So one of the requests I remember seeing specifically was they wanted clothing stores, for one of them anyways. So we're probably going to want this. It only requires electricity. So that's an easy enough thing to put in. So, Y Romano Trading or Northeastern Clothier. We'll put in the trading and just hook up electricity here. And let's make it look a little fancier for the shops. I really love that marble. I think I'm going to use that predominantly instead of the other wallpapers. Either way. So, that won't be affecting the medium offices here. Thankfully enough. But it also means that I need a lot more levels. Thankfully my income supports that. Being at the level of 7,700 nearly per day, I can build a lot of levels and not worry about it nearly as much, especially since all my different services seem to be providing more than enough, except for this guy looks like he might be struggling a bit. The courier. Simple enough to remedy. Courier service. And it says janitorial, even though nothing's going off about it. But sure, let's do that. And they are going to need electricity, and that one's going to require water. Okay. So we we will pump down some of these. Oh yeah. If you move it over just slightly, it gets in the way. So we'll have that, and the electricity hookups, and we're all good for that. Okay. So that should be more than sufficient for a good while longer, since it held up until this point. We got more room for shops opening up. A lot of people seem to be coming here to the clothing store. That is a lot of buzz generating too. Let's actually see if, while I'm at it, I can make everything work. Office instruction, extra loan. Let's make happy drones. Everybody in the offices gets happier. Let's see if our auto renovation is working at all. Sort of. You know, I'm gonna see if it's midnight that it fires off. If it doesn't, I'll fix it. So. More levels, or just... Oh, no, we can have large shops, too. But let's focus here. What do we want next? Computers, electronics, and maybe luxury goods of some sort? We don't really need appliances and housewares, because it's more of a thing that you would probably need for... you know, an apartment complex. That way your people had everything that they needed right around the corner. For now, though, boom. Let's connect up that electricity. And they're gonna need phone. They're gonna need just electricity. They would need electricity. So they pay a lot, and these guys pay the least out of the ones that I could possibly shove in here. So, let's shove in Chang's Computers and TVs. Why is it Lee's Computers and TVs and Chang's Computers and TVs? It seems that only the Asian market holders want to get into my tower here. So, accessories, purses, briefcase, luggage, other baggage. Let's go with leather goods. And we'll hook up the electricity and phone for this guy. Oh, crap. My bad. It was this level that needed the phone. That's pretty cool. I love how close you can actually get in here, too. So, Tommy. Another day, another dollar. Sylvia. She's on the phone. This building needs maintenance. Okay. Let's... What have these guys been doing? Absolutely nothing. Why is this not working? I had plenty of money. It says they're scheduled for the end of the day, but, hey. Whatever. I can manage that myself. And let's throw in some more offices right up here. Mediums are fine. But I think soon enough we will be building the large ones once I deal with the situation having to do with the large restaurants that I need. So let's get in some financial offices. Start an ad campaign there. This legal office. Do I have any medical, really? Could do another medical level. Wouldn't really be a problem. They pay a decent amount. And they don't require as many services either. So I won't max out all my services dealing with them. Sure. And then medical office. Add campaign. I need to supply water to this level. Okay. See, this is another thing I always found weird. So, like, they're unhappy they got more service calls. These guys are fine. And it seems like that these guys and these guys are getting an inordinate amount of work when it comes to one versus the other. Like, it's completely different how much work one gets. They don't split them. They don't deal with different problems as they come. It's like one does as much work as is maximum possible for that office, and the other one does not at all. I found in my practice tower that the same kind of happened here with like trash, where like one of the trash areas was 100%, and the other one was only like 10%, and there was this big warning like, you don't have enough area for trash. And I'm like, what are you talking? And you could put as many trash areas as you wanted, and it would still be the same problem. It would tell you this big warning that there wasn't enough places to put the trash. In fact, some of the levels, personal trashes, like over here, would get to 100%, and then nobody could put anything in there. But nobody would bother bringing down to the nearly empty trash rooms. And I didn't understand it. I think it's something that they really need to deal with at one point or another, because it's a definite bug that hurts the gameplay. So we got a lot more in here. And that fills up all our new office spaces. We are over 10,000 a day income, which works out very well. So I am going to start thinking about these guys. Big old restaurants. Family restaurant, gas, water, electricity. Gas, water, electricity, gas, water, electricity. Same. And cable TV for the sports bars. Makes sense, obviously, too. But that also makes it so that I have to shove in a TV provider down here. Easy enough. But let's see how much they pay. Also, I don't think any of the... It has a bar. Oh, whoa. I did not see that. We are over our phone limit. Okay. Let's put the new phones over here. I can actually afford one of the bigger ones, too. Oh. Yeah, the phone one costs a lot more. Okay, let's just do this then. Beep. So we're good. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, please be happy with me. Well, that sucks. See, with this, having to watch everything very closely. Let's see what person can come in and replace them. Let's check on the renovations, do that. I'm gonna need the cable television. I might as well not have one that only powers 10. I mean, it's kind of a waste. Plus, if I put it here, it'll automatically have the connection as well. So let's shove in a nice little sports bar right here. And see what we can do with this. So all these are going to require electricity. They will not require a phone. They will only require cable TV on that level. They all require water. And they all require gas. So we got a fun sports bar for people. We'll get a nice little Italian restaurant here. We will get a... So breakfast, lunch, dinner in a bar, dinner in a bar. So we definitely need places for breakfast and lunch. So this is definitely a go-to here. And what about the dinner and bar? So let's shove in a family restaurant. Lunch and dinner. I think we should have more. You know what? Fine. 2 brunch spots. So Gerald's and Shirley's are going to be fine with that. And I just need to shove in the trash for these levels. And we are good. In fact, we should be able to start building up our large offices fairly soon. And put in this new medical office as well. Okay. So this is all coming along very well. We have a lot of new residents, a lot of new shops, a lot of new restaurants that look really nice, honestly. I'm really digging this diner. The diner area with the sports bar and the televisions hanging down. You have the burger. It's a taco store that has burgers still set up. I think they needed to think that through, because that just any fast food is automatically a burger joint. The mods, you get mods galore in this game from what I've seen in the Steam Workshop, so it won't really matter. Either way, I think that is about what time we have for this episode. So as always, would you kindly subscribe if you could, like if you would, and I'll see you next time on Project Highrise. Goodbye.